Shadow Fiend.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Solo Dota Championships. We have... a disconnect right off the bat.
Prepare for battle.
Oh no, this is not good. Well... we have player Ebad on the Radiance. And SexySoul on the Dire. And SexySoul is actually up one game right now. And we're gonna see in this best of 3 who's gonna take it. But Ebad's having a little bit of connection problems, so we're gonna try to get that fixed right away. But if you're just joining in, my name's October. Doing this cast for fun. This tournament is gonna be fun as well. Hopefully things are all on their way. Ebad reconnecting in. And here we are, the first 1v1 of the night. Or the morning, I should say. Wherever you are. SexySoul with 4 tangos and a Wraith Band. He actually skills the Necromastery first. Ebad, gonna go Fairy Fire, Wraith Band. And a few issues here. So we're gonna see if this is gonna be a remake, or most likely will be a remake here. I am not an
30
admin,
seconds
so
to battle.
I no idea what's going on here. Okay, just a minute, guys. We're gonna try to get a new lobby for you guys. Things are ready to go. Hopefully things are better. But despite the technical problems for Ebad, it's going to be interesting to see if he can come back, take this game, and force a game 3. And here we go, loading in. I know nothing about these two players other than Luxembourg is the best server for them. And SexySoul is ready to go. We're just waiting on the admin and Ebad, and we can get this game underway. Alright, both players going to be picking the Shadow Fiend here.
Shadow Fiend.
All these matches, I believe, are going to be mirror matched. And there we go. Courier is working. Ebad is happy and ready to go. SexySoul hopefully is happy and ready to go.
Prepare for battle.
But now we got the same item builds, and it's going to be interesting to see. On the Radiant side, we have Ebad TM down 1 game. And SexySoul with the win on the other side that I wasn't able to spectate, so I don't know what we're going to be seeing from him. But a true 1v1 matchup is the Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend. And, neither of them have the Arcana, but they have the Immortal, the SF Arms, and SexySoul doesn't, so we're going to see here. Check out the starting damage. Ebad's got 50 starting damage. And SexySoul with 47 starting damage. And both players are going to
30
look for the block
seconds to
here.
battle.
We're going to see who gets a better block. Usually in a range versus range matchup, you want to block your creeps so that they stay on your side of the cliff. so that you get the high ground advantage. And there's the horn, here we go! Both players ready for the blocks.
The battle begins.
And SexySoul off to a good start. Taking a look at Ebad, he's also off to a pretty good start. Ooh, but SexySoul lets melee creep go. And Ebad's got a perfect block going on. And it looks like Ebad has a favorable block here, as the position does favor him. And with more attack damage, SexySoul actually gets the first deny. Both players with the soul, skilling souls. But this creep position here, ooh, great deny from Ebad. And they're just going back and forth, just denying each other. No one's getting a real last hit, but now this position is great for SexySoul. It's up on his cliff. Ebad is going to be able to get up on a cliff too, but in terms of last hits, it's 4 last hits to 1. 5 last hits to 1 now. SexySoul actually doing very fantastic. And he's got 4 tangos to boot too. So if it becomes a war of attrition, I think SexySoul is favored right now, as he's completely dominating on last hits. He throws out a raise, it's not going to connect, and the raise is now 95 mana instead of the 75, courtesy of patch 6.86. Both players getting really intimate with these last hits. No one really wanting to let the other person grab any. Oh, and there's Ebad with a slight auto attack. The courier is going to actually ferry in some tangos. So now in terms of attrition, both players are fairly matched. Ebad is down a few last hits, but I don't think that's going to stop him. But SexySoul is actually a nice experience gap. He's denied up to 8 creeps now, throwing the race to secure some last hits as well. The level gap is it's not too large, but if it's gonna come down to a level race, whoever gets to level 5 first, SexySoul is on his way to beating Ebad. Ooh. So creep position still favoring SexySoul slightly. It's closer to the cliff, and Ebad is I think he's falling under pressure. He's throwing some races, they're not connecting. And he's getting hit by raises too. SexySoul doing quite a bit of work. A few last hits in there as well. But now the creeps are up to Ebad's tower. Guess he might be able to get a few last hits here. But ooh, SexySoul actually takes 2 tower hits along with a right click. And that's going to even up the life advantage for both players. Ebad trying to get aggressive with his positioning. He actually gets up on top of the cliff. And SexySoul is going to retreat to tango up. Ebad firmly in control of this creep wave here. He's looking for right clicks, but SexySoul playing extremely passive, only going in when it's safe. A few more last hits. The SexySoul still with the denies.
Denied.
But Ebad not giving up too. A total of 20 to 12. There comes the bottle. SexySoul's bottle's on the way. For Ebad's itemization, he actually picked up a magic stick with 0 charges. SexySoul doesn't even have much mana to throw out these raises, but he did throw down a raise to get a few last hits. Ebad is in a lot of mental stress, I think. He's having to play his opponent's side of the field, the cliff especially, and having to worry about last hits, his positioning too. But SexySoul is in a very comfortable position, getting last hits. He might even get this catapult, he doesn't. But he's getting some right click damage on Ebad, and he has a very, very decent life lead. 376 life to 674. SexySoul is going to be starting to bottle runes. He actually picks up a bounty rune. And in 1v1, that's pretty huge. A lot of XP gold and a full bottle. Meanwhile, Ebad is still working on his bottle. Or some item. Oh, a very nice raise. It's going to connect. Get a few last hits and also some damage on SexySoul. But it doesn't matter because he's bottling up. Not really caring about the harass. So, Sexy Soul almost up to level 6, and Ebad is only halfway there. So under all this constant pressure, I wonder if Ebad's going to try to buy some sort of item that's going to make him go all in on the raises, try to outplay him and get a kill. But it doesn't seem like that to me, the way he's playing, but he is in a lot of pressure. He took a level 3 raise to the face, and now he's at 200, almost 300 life. But getting some last hits in here. He does get his bottle, Ebad, bottling up. And it's not bad right here. Last hits are not too far apart, but Ebad is behind. Oh, a very nice raise. He throws down 2. Clips Sexy Soul with 1, but now has firm control of this creep wave. But Sexy Soul doesn't seem to want to let Ebad do what he wants. He's gonna kind of mingle around and look for some opportunities like that raise right there. Grabs one last hit. Oh, but Ebad is throwing down a bunch of raises to look for last hits, but Sexy Soul is getting interesting. Ebad is going to actually be able to take this top rune here. 6 minutes in. What's it going to be? An illusion rune. Not the most useful. But in terms of Sexy Soul, that time he didn't get out. He's actually bottle crowing. But the courier hasn't been shipped out right away yet, immediately. And this is very interesting. Ebad is throwing down one of his illusions in the lane. He's going to be very sneaky here. Sexy Soul has no idea that this is an illusion, unless he uses a raise or a right click to check. He's not microing it. Okay, he definitely knows it's an illusion. And the jig is up. Courier coming with bottle, Sage's Mask, and back to the last hitting game again, as we are almost up to 7 minutes, but Sexy Soul gets a very nice raise. Brings Ebad down to 200 life. And it looks like Sexy Soul is in firm control. He does take a raise as soon as I say that, but it's not a gap closer in terms of health and mana advantage. And Sexy Soul back on getting last hits. He's up to 28 last hits, 22 denies, crushing Ebad score. And Ebad is going to do something interesting. He's actually going to go for the bottom rune as well. Looking at the damage, both players have very scary damage. Ebad is going to hang around the bottom rune. I actually don't know what's on his mind right now, but his tower is actually getting pressured
Radiant's middle
for the
tower
first time
is
in this
under
game.
attack.
And as a reminder, taking your opponent's tower is also a victory condition in a 1v1 scenario. But Ebad's going to get a few last hits here. He's got about, not anything significant. He's got 7 stick charges. He actually gets a very nice clean wave, and it looks like Sexy Soul is waiting down here. He has an Aquila
Dire's
completed.
middle tower is under
He's
attack.
got the 8-minute rune, it's a bounty rune, and Ebad was just too late, but he's going to try to pursue. Oh, there's a raise and a right click. Sexy Soul just saying, hey, back off. Oh, he throws down another raise, but it's not going to connect. Ebad's going to turn around. He was thinking about it, but it would have been extremely risky, as one raise could have really damaged him and possibly ended the game right there. Popping the Fairy Fire. And it looks like both players are going to try to contest the top rune as well. And it's a regeneration rune. If Ebad gets this, this could be bad for Sexy Soul. He's looking for a raise just to deal some damage. He pops
Dire's
it off,
middle
but
tower
he
is
did
under
see
attack.
that regen. So I don't know what Sexy Soul was trying to accomplish there. Maybe trying to force the regeneration pop. But he's almost out of mana now. He has enough mana for one raise. Ebad is actually going to pop the salve that he got. The courier ferried him. And now he's in a very strong position with a decent life lead.
Dire's middle tower
Well,
is under
not a life
attack.
lead, but a mana lead, which I think is really important. As well as having the regeneration rune. He does take a lot of tower hits as we get to 9 minutes here. And Sexy Soul's tower is actually down to 785 health. It's getting whittled down. And now it's not a battle of last hits anymore. It's a battle of raises and, just controlling the other player's momentum. Sexy Soul cleaning up some last hits, but Ebad with a full regen. He connects with one raise. Sexy Soul does not have a stick or a magic wand, but it looks like he completes his power treads. There's going to be a nice double raise here to try to clean up the wave, but one creep does slip past by. SexySoul throws down a raise. It does connect, and you know he doesn't have that many raises left. He did pick up a clarity, but now with that treads, it's going to be very easy for the last hit. Ebad in the meantime picks up the top bounty rune, and he picked up a cloak. Very interesting choice. Oh, but this could not be a better rune for SexySoul. He picks up a double damage with the clarity. Gets the full bottle, but now I think Ebad's goal here is to try to whittle down the tower. He does throw down some raises, but some lingering creeps is really going to slow down that push. But SexySoul actually pops the double damage. He gets clipped by the raise and returns another raise. That double damage doesn't look so scary when Shadow Fiend's down to under half his life. He's going to throw down some raises. Throws down one raise to get one range creep here. And another raise to try to finish off two, but he is pretty low. There's going to be the double raise from Ebad. He actually cleans up the entire wave. Now SexySoul's in some trouble, but he throws down his own raise to slow down the creep wave, but he's completely out of mana now. No bottle charges, no magic wand. He actually completes a magic wand, and I don't know what he's thinking. He's getting it couriered to him right now, but he's completely out of raises. Ebad in the meantime with this significant advantage. I wonder what he's going to do with this. I think he's going to double raise the creep wave again. Oh, he actually clips SexySoul with it. That's terrible. SexySoul is in a lot of trouble. This magic wand is not going to come in time. Ebad is actually going to push past the tower. He throws down the raise. It's not going to connect, but I think his true goal here is to force him off the tower. There's the fortify. And there's not going to be another one in a 1v1 situation. Wraithband, Belt of Strength, Magic Wand. He's going for the tower. It's getting close. Dropping down to 238. SexySoul in some trouble. A double raise. Doesn't clean up the wave entirely. He finally completes his shreds. But he could teleport back to the tower if need be. And there's going to be the teleport, but the creep wave is already on the tower. It looks like Ebad's pretty happy with the advantage. He's not going to pressure any further. He's going to be looking to get the 12-minute rune here. Oh, and it's an arcane rune. Whoa. For his style of play, an arcane rune is a massive discount. Races only cost 54 mana. But I don't think it's going to be that different since SexySoul has come back with full life, full HP. Oh, he throws down a raise. He actually misses the wave completely. But both players just trying to make something happen. But in terms of war of attrition, Ebad is it's not looking too strong at the expense of the tower. It is pretty low, but I mean, SexySoul just has all the life, all the mana, very good items. He's got a wand, a salve, clarity, 2 bottle charges, and Aquila. Where Ebad has a cloak and he's running out of steam. Even with that arcane rune, he's not getting the most value out of it. Oh, and SexySoul is gonna press forward. He just gets 2 right clicks onto Ebad, and he's gonna be looking for some tower damage. Ebad is gonna be trying to clean up these creeps, but man, he's doing so much damage to this tower, up to 36 souls already, both players. But Ebad picks up an observer award, so I'm really curious to see what his plan is. So he has the tower very low. It's down to 170 HP, but he is kind of just wandering for now, looking for a rune. This bounty rune down here is still unclaimed, and if he stays long enough, he might be able to grab another rune. But it's getting kind of late into the game where if you're not paying attention, your tower could be claimed. And he does put an observer reward on his opponent's high ground. And I don't think, you know, it's going to be sentryed or anything. A double raise cleans up all the creeps, but the catapult is here. SexySoul trying to retaliate with his own raises, but he's actually forced to use 3 raises instead of 2. And the catapult is going to start sieging the tower. It's taking some damage, but it gets 2 hits in. This tower is down to 109 HP. SexySoul going to be popping his salve and his clarity, while Ebad attains his dominance on the runes. He picks up another bounty rune, which is very nice for him. In terms of experience, he actually gets ahead right now, but takes 2 raises to the face. But it doesn't hurt him that much because he invested into this cloak. But SexySoul is looking for something. He's got something on the courier. Bottle, bracer, he's tanking up. He does not want to die. Ebad with another regeneration rune. We're going to see how he approaches this right here. He's going to be attacking Tower, and he claims the tower! Just like that! The Observer Ward. And the score is tied. 1-1. Ebad and SexySoul. Ebad is thinking. He's thinking. He does have the choice to... I don't know what the rules are completely exactly, but we'll be back after a short break.
Used to think I was someone special till you knew my name. Open the doors to invade my castle. Don't you feel it strange? I'm going out on a limb where the clouds start to thin. Where in my heart like a stupid grin. Out on a limb.
Alright, welcome back everybody. We have the final 1v1 match. Ebad versus SexySoul. And Ebad showed us that he can be very objective when it comes to gameplay. But it looks like both players are going to be switching sides here. As Ebad is now on the dire
battle.
side. He goes with his the same build he went last game. The Wraithband, Fairy Fire, Iron Branch. And SexySoul is going to go the same build he went last game too. In the last game, Ebad got the better block off, as all the creeps kind of... The first creep wave favored his side, and SexySoul actually let one leak, kind of messed up his block. But on Radiant, it might be a different story. We're going to see. My name is October. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Solo Dota Championships, the 1vs1 tournament, for fun. Hope you enjoy the stream. But SexySoul has
30
very
seconds to battle.
strong mechanical skill. He was able to clean up a lot of last hits, and he was crushing Ebad in terms of last hits. And Ebad just playing very objective, staying very vigilant on those runes, and forcing the tower. But we're gonna see if SexySoul's gonna let the same situation happen to him again.
The battle begins.
The battle begins! Game 3, Ebad versus SexySoul. And Ebad actually leaks one creep, so a little bit of deja vu here. SexySoul actually completing his block. Very nice, but it's kind of funny. Both players, similar situation. This, oh, what a disaster. This advantage heavily favors SexySoul, as the creeps are completely on the ramp. Ebad gonna go up the ramp with him, and he's gonna spend some right clicks, doing some harassment, but SexySoul is gonna grab the last hit here, and he's gonna grab another deny. Just stocking up on a few souls. He actually cleans up 3, and we're seeing that SexySoul from the last game, the very strong mechanical player. And Ebad's gotta grab these simple last hits, but SexySoul's not gonna let him do that for free. Very nicely played. SexySoul very in control of the life lead. He's got Ebad down to about half health, and Ebad does not have much regen aside from the Fairy Fire, and he's not getting many last hits. So SexySoul could just crush him to the point of no return here. But Ebad is level 2. He's throwing out some raises. He's faking them in. Oh, but SexySoul is not giving him an inch. Ebad actually does pick up his tangos, and he's going to be starting to regen up here right now. SexySoul on top of his opponent's cliff is not letting people go. Throwing down the raise, but it does not connect. And Ebad, on top of that, gets the deny. SexySoul is going to grab as many last hits as he can on the way out. But it's 5 last hits, 5 denies on the side of SexySoul versus the 2 last hits of Ebad and the 1 deny of Ebad too. But the first rune is about to come up. Neither players have their bottle, and they're going to be more focused on these couple of last hits here. Ebad throws out a raise, and it does connect. It's a level 2 raise. He throws out 3 of them, and he's going to go for the rune too. And oh my god, would you look at this? It's a regeneration rune. Ebad and his luck with regen runes are just something else. This is the S4 rune of Ebad. He's going to come back to lane with full health, full HP. SexySoul kind of, you know, if it wasn't for his last hits, he would be in a lot of trouble right now, but he has enough gold to buy whatever sort of regen item he wants, and he's going to go with the bottle. But Ebad, with this very quick build here, he's buying extremely cheap items, you know, like the Tango, the Fairy Fire, the Magic Stick, the Clarity. He's just buying, you know, the bare minimum consumables just to kind of wait until SexySoul runs out of resources. And now Ebad, with a nice position, he's going to be up on the high ground here. SexySoul's going to try to mitigate that advantage, throwing down a few raises. And Ebad's going to throw down some raises of his own. Oh, this is going to be a firefight, but SexySoul's going to run away, and there's the first blood! The 1v1 match goes to Ebad!
Sauce for the soul.
Oh, don't try it, Anakin. I have the high ground. He's going to be clarity it up, going back to last hitting. So I think this is the Dota. I don't think this is first blood takes at all. I think this is 2 kills or tower, the official 1v1 tournament, or the Dota tournament style. SexySoul, you know, lost a lot of souls, down to about 9. And Ebad just very happy with that kill. I can't imagine anything otherwise. He completes his magic wand. He's got 3 tangos still, 2 tangos, a full bottle, and SexySoul's gotta find some way to make this work. He is in a huge disadvantage. Let's take a look at the gold graphs. Oh my god, this is some Knott's Berry Farm 6 Flags Magic Mountain status right here. As Ebad continues his rune spree. He's going to be able to find Haste Rune here, getting the maximum value out of it, and he might just use his Haste Rune to book it, or even go for the kill. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's up behind SexySoul. There's going to be the raise. There's going to be a second raise. He's going to be throwing some last hits in. A third raise, but it's not enough. 55 HP. Oh, very good try. He actually landed all his raises, but It what? Okay, Ebad actually put a point in Presence of the Dark Lord. If he put his point into Raise, that definitely would have been a kill. And, you know, since he's up to like level 5 right here, there's no way that he didn't have that skill point, so it must have had been a mistake. A small misplay. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at a SexySoul's build. Okay, so I actually have no idea what happened. I think he was just lucky. He got enough life to go out. But SexySoul is catching up in terms of last... I'm sorry, Ebad is catching up in terms of last hits. He's about 6 away. He throws down a raise and it's going to connect with SexySoul. But Ebad is up to 100% HP, 5 stick charges, 2 tangos, 1 fairy fire, with complete domination of the map. SexySoul is running on empty. He's got no raises. 3 stick charges, a clarity, and he's using it. He had to upgrade his courier to flying just to stay in this game. But Ebad, he's going to be looking for that raise game now. Throwing down raises just to pressure this tower, and if SexySoul like kind of contests this tower, he's gonna take some damage. It's gonna be not good. And Ebad grabs the bounty rune. He might just go bottom for the other rune. I think that's exactly what he'll do. And I think SexySoul just picked up. SexySoul doesn't even have boots. That's how poor he is. But I thought I saw a cloak. So Ebad is gonna go his cloak build once more, and the observer ward. Those 2 items really helping him win the raise battle. Objective gaming. He's gonna get a few last hits here, but not letting up, man. SexySoul has been doing really well, just staying last hitting, but he hasn't gotten a single rune. He's had the bottle crow. Oh. Couple of races, trading back and forth, but this time SexySoul has the health advantage. Now, Ebad pops his illusion rune. He's gonna try to help him get the catapult. He does grab it. Ebad with 4 points raise, 4 points necromastery. SexySoul with 2 points necromastery, 1 point presence of the Dark Lord, and this is maybe a value point stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Never mind. That must have been a miskill. He does get a very nice raise here. He grabs 3 melee creeps. Nice paycheck for him. And, you know, he's catching up. This is bad for Ebad if you're going to let SexySoul catch up. He does have the advantage, but Ebad is not going for end-it-all item like power treads or some massive, ridiculous lead item. And SexySoul is, you know, he's playing very hard to catch up. But he does get clipped with the raise. And in terms of Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend, I think Ebad is playing this this war of attrition. Just grab the runes, raise, grab the runes. Another regen rune for Ebad. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be really hard. Especially now that he knows exactly where SexySoul is almost at all times with this observer ward on his opponent's high ground. He's popping up the regen, getting value out of it. But SexySoul says no, stops him with the raise. SexySoul is out of steam, and oh, Ebad, what's he thinking? He's moving up! There's gonna be a battle! Ebad's gonna be trying to do some stuff! A magic wand! Fairy fire! As both players just kind of fighting each other. Hungry. SexySoul, you know, that's very disciplined of him to just continuously bottle crow. Ebad, man, he's getting all these runes, doing very well. But I wonder what's on the mind of both of these players. They must be thinking of, you know, a way to win. For SexySoul, it doesn't seem likely that he's gonna take Ebad's tower for, you know, the control Ebad is throwing down. He's been raising the creep waves continuously, putting pressure on SexySoul. But in response, SexySoul has been throwing raises of his own just to clean up the camp. So it's basically like they're trading mana for gold, and whoever has more mana can accumulate that gold a lot quicker. SexySoul is kind of out of steam right now. He does get power treads. and bottle crowing him up too. Ebad, not with the power treads immediately, but he does have that cloak. I don't think SexySoul has hit enough raises for that cloak to be complete value, but if it's not killing him and keeping his advantage up, then it's a very good value item. Ebad does have his completed treads here. He does have a double damage rune, the 10-minute rune. So we're gonna see what he wants to do with this. Maybe he wants to pressure the tower, but if SexySoul doesn't leave, he's been continuously bottle crowing. The weakness of the last game was SexySoul had to leave his lane to kind of just look for some runes, and that allowed Ebad to basically put some damage on the tower. But if SexySoul's not going to leave his lane, then Ebad's not going to be able to do much with his double damage rune, unless he goes for like an all-in fight.
Radiant
But now he's looking for some
fortified.
damage. A very nice fortify, going to be able to mitigate all of that double damage, and also the catapult too. Some raises being thrown out by both sides again, trading mana for gold. Almost 11 minutes now as Ebad already does a very interesting move. He's going for the bottom rune here. He knows SexySoul
Dire's
didn't
middle
go for
tower
it.
is under
SexySoul is
attack.
going to take this opportunity to throw down some damage on the tower. So it's 1150 versus 1200. SexySoul actually has more damage on Ebad's tower than Ebad has on SexySoul's tower. The SexySoul gonna be using some raises. Oh, Ebad just took a lot of damage. He took like 3 tower hits and 2 raises to the face. That's gonna drop him down to under 400 HP, and man, Ebad must be thinking, what should I do? He opts to buy the salve, gets it couriered to him, and you know, playing from behind, this flying courier has been getting a ton of value. SexySoul actually does pick up his own cloak. So in terms of the gold graph and the EXP,
Dire's middle tower
there's
is
only
under
that
attack.
gap from
Dire's structures are fortified.
that kill. But you know, as of right now, Ebad just popped his glyph to mitigate some of that damage, and I don't agree with that because he ended up using Raise to clear the wave anyway. So that fortify is very valuable, and it could have been nice. An arcane rune being in the play, a very nice double raise from both sides, but it was a lot cheaper for SexySoul here. He does pick up a Sage's Mask and an Aquila, so he does have a lot of mana coming in. But in terms of souls, he does not have that last point of Necromastery, as SexySoul is only sitting on 29 souls. And I think Ebad auto-attacking from the low ground with no creeps up on the high ground kind of reveals that he has some sort of a high ground ward. SexySoul has another beautiful double raise to clean up that creep wave. And Ebad also did the same thing, but with an arcane rune it's much cheaper for SexySoul, as he finally gets his last point, Necromastery, 2 points in presence of the Dark Lord now. And a Glimmer Cape on Ebad! Things could get very, very, very interesting. He puts down the Glimmer Cape and we might see some very exciting play here. He has 2 points in Requiem of Souls. He could just Glimmer Cape over and demolish him. Oh man, but he's looking for that opportunity. This ward is about to expire. 2 seconds left. SexySoul with now a Void Stone, trying to get that Yule Scepter. Oh, there's the Glimmer Cape. He's up in here. Oh, he does not whip. Ebad in some trouble right now. He's taking tons of raises. There's the magic wand. Ebad, he actually falls. And SexySoul with a very nice catch up. Gonna try to find some sort of advantage with this. Fight recap, 1000 XP. That is huge. But, you know, SexySoul, very well played.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's gonna try to throw down that double raise. Does not clean up the wave completely, but he's gonna be able to do some damage to the tower
Dire's
here.
middle tower
And
is
without
under
that
attack.
glyph and 10 seconds on the respawn, this might be it. SexySoul with a very impressive, steady play,
Radiant
You know.
victory.
was able to pull up ahead and take it 2-1. But props to Ebad for trying something very interesting. He went for a Glimmer Cape and tried to Requiem right on top of it. So that concludes SexySoul versus Ebad. We have another very exciting match coming up for you. I am going to put up the loading screen, but if you're just tuning in, you're watching the SoloDotaChamps. SoloDotaChamps. I'm October, and stay tuned for the very next match.
You know there's something that I saw about your ways. I hear it calling out for days. No reason or a doubt that I'm amazed. But you're backing off and don't seem phased. So why? It took one look and now you stare at me the same. So why? It took one look, but you play me like a game. It took one look and now you stare at me the same. It took one look, but you play me like a game. It took one look and now you stare at me the same. It took one look, but you play me like a game. It took one look and now you stare at me the same. It took one look, but you play me like a game.
Hello, folks. I'm back. It is very early in Europe. We can't get any more matches in the time being, so we're gonna try again tomorrow. But thank you all for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow for some Dota 2.